So I converted the Redcat RDS from a mid motor to a rear motor. It's already in the back, kind of over the axle, but now putting it even further back, I think it's gonna be pretty spicy. I did not take any videos. This was just kind of an impromptu thing. I just wanted to try it out, get it done, and see how it worked out, and I'm super happy. So there's no clearance issues at all. Everything sets up perfectly. Probably will have to change a little bit of the alignment, the setup, some of the settings like on the shocks and whatnot, but man, I am very excited to get out there and slide this. I think it's going to be a much different feel from that high motor setting over here. Really, the ECS and the motor changed spots, but the motor was even much higher. So out of here, you can clock it down, or you can put it back here. So really, there's 3 positions: low, mid, and high. And then this isn't even shown in the instructions, so I thought that was pretty cool. I saw this on Roadside RC. He actually figured this out, that the geometry for everything was exactly the same, so everything just swaps. The shocks were behind, exactly kind of over the axle. Now they're slightly in front, so I don't know how much that really is going to affect it negatively. I don't know if it's going to make it better. I doubt it, but yeah, this is gonna be very cool. And now the main thing why I wanted to swap it was getting more airflow to the ESC. I just thought that was a no-brainer. The weight distribution, I think, is gonna be cool. I'm a newbie. I'm a beginner. I really don't know if one way is better than the other, handling, feel, yada yada, but I knew I did want direct airflow. So we'll see. Maybe the motor now is going to get too hot down there where there's no airflow potentially. I'm not too sure. Sometimes I do run the setup without the body, so it might get a little bit more cooling, but body on. I might even end up cutting out the windows and the back panel just to try to get a little bit more airflow running through it. But I'm super satisfied. I also tried to do a little bit of cable management. Looks good there. The receiver wire hanging out right there. But yeah, just a little bit of symmetry, whatnot. Also taped down some wires. I used some electrical tape just to tape it to the chassis. There's a little ridge where the wire can run, and so ran it to the receiver there. And yeah, got the gyro up top. The only other thing was there's no brace anymore. Right in the middle, there was a brace that connected the entire chassis to make it even more rigid. I checked it out. I didn't feel that much difference because this carbon fiber is pretty rigid. So I don't know. We'll have to see, because this is all really thick, the transmission, mounting everything together. So bolted everything down. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm gonna go drift it, and I probably will report back to you guys how I feel, if there really is a major difference in sliding. So let's get to it. I also picked up on this hex driver set, and I just wanted to talk about how nice they look. Sheesh. Upgrading, starting to get nicer things. I needed to get the spur gear off back here, wherever it's at, that one, and then that gear as well. I needed to get both of those off, and so to do the rear conversion, so I could clock it and put it at a different position. So to get to those, to that bolt I needed, I think it was like, it was 1.5, and then, yeah, I think it was just 1.5, but what's crazy is that one is 1.5, but this one is, I guess, like 1.6, even though it's not supposed to be, but it just doesn't fit it. So I thought that was kind of crazy. But yeah, these are nice, definitely nice. And then you can actually swap out the driver to like a different color. So I think I'll end up getting titanium bolts to replace like the bottom of the chassis, some of those bolts, and I'll get the aluminum ones, so I'll upgrade those anodized, and I'll match them. So I think that's going to be pretty fun. Not a whole bunch of titanium upgrade parts for the Redcat RDS. I mean, there is a couple, but then they're just like black. They're not fancy. I guess I could powder coat them or something, but yeah. All right, let's go outside and test out this rear conversion. Alrighty, out here in the backyard RC drift track, test pad. If you want to see more, I have a full video on it, but I am just gonna test this out. It's so cold right now. It is like 40 degrees, and for me that's cold. So first impressions, let's go. Yo, okay. So it has, oh yeah, so much more slide, so much more back end pull to it. It has, I think, like 10% more weight bias now. So it was 60% and now it's closer to 70%. Oh, let's go. And so I feel like backies are even possible. Oh man. Oh yeah, it's so much more, I would say, direct in those like weight transfers, because there's so much weight in the back sliding around, that like pendulum effect. Oh man, this is gonna be nice. Oh man, you know, I don't have a lot to go off of, but I'm definitely feeling a major difference. It's one of those things where once you get to, man, that bite on that switchback, but once you get to a certain percentage, once you get to a certain percentage, every little bit makes such a huge difference. You could do 10, 20% and it won't make a big difference. But then once you get to a certain point, that 1%, that 0.5% makes even a bigger difference than that 20% did in the beginning. And yeah, this definitely feels much different. Very cool. That is also a rewarding feeling, to make a modification and to like feel a noticeable change. I'm definitely going to take this to the track, compare. I should have really taken some better footage, like directly before and after, but you can definitely see in my previous videos how it was sliding. All this is alignment, and now we've dropped that motor into the rear position, lower rear position, because I guess you could do 3 positions technically: a low, mid, and high blockable positions. But yeah, we're in that low position in that rear. Oh man, and we are sliding so nice. Oh, let's go. Knock the body off the chassis. But alright, you guys, I think this is where we're going to leave the video, actually. So, thought I was going to end the video there driving, but it's been a few more days, and I've actually taken some more time to look at the modification, and it's insane. Like, the 2 things, I guess, both are good, I would assume, and after doing my research with Chassis Flex, I think it is good. The rear mount has a little bit more chassis flex than I thought. This is the first thing, because I thought the chassis was pretty stiff, but when I'm just grabbing the front, just not even giving it too much wiggle, you definitely can see where the ESC is. It's not moving, but the front part of the chassis is, because there's just this tiny little section right here that connects the back half, and this is super rigid, super solid. So there is chassis flex, and from my research, that's actually good. So once the limitation is met, you get a little extra wiggle, a little extra freedom because of the flex in the chassis. So I think in normal drift cars it's bad to have chassis flex, but in RC drift cars, some say, Reddit forums online, that it is actually good. So that's good to point out. The other thing, super unforeseen, is I have noticed a considerable decrease in speed wobbles from the gyro. So I'm not sure. It's got to be because there's less vibration, because this isn't hard mounted, so rigid anymore, and it's further away, that this is not having so much interference or vibration, or it's really hard to tell. The gyro got so much better with this modification, so I don't know if it is geometry, the way it's balanced, or if it's going to be the fact that it's further away from the gyro and it's causing less interference and less vibration, because it's so much smoother. It sweeps and it holds, and it's not constantly jerking, and it's insane. So I just wanted to report back on that and unforeseen bonuses from the rear motor mount modification install. So big win there. Heck yeah. So chassis flex, yes, and decreased gyro interference. Huge advantages, along with the weight displacement. I think makes this driving so much better, a much better driving experience. I'm enjoying it, and so maybe in the future I'll switch it back, get some comparisons, who knows. But yeah, hopefully you guys found that educational, entertaining. Both. Like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, never stop evolving.